Dr. Leo Armin sat in the quiet room of the Deep Space Listening Post. The large window showed the bright ring of Saturn in the distance. His eyes were fixed on the screen in front of him. The screen showed strange signals from deep space. Leo was a young scientist. He worked for the Space Research Agency. His job was to listen to signals from space. Some signals were just noise, but sometimes there were patterns. Today he found something new. A soft sound played through the speakers. It was like music, but not music he had ever heard. It was strange and beautiful. It had a rhythm, but it was not from Earth. Leo's heart beat faster. He knew this was not normal. He listened carefully. The signal repeated a strange phrase in many alien languages. Then suddenly, it spoke in English. "I am looking for you, human." The voice was soft but clear. Leo felt a chill. How did they know he was human? Who was sending this message? He called his team to the control room. They all stared at the screen, amazed and confused. "This is the first time we got a message like this," said Dr. Mira Khan, the lead linguist. Leo nodded. "Feels ... personal, like someone is calling me." His colleague, Engineer Raj, scratched his head. "We need to find where this message is coming from. But it is very far." Leo looked at the stars through the window. "Then we will go find it." The news spread fast. People around the world watched the broadcast. The first message from an alien being, and it was sent directly to humans. Many were afraid, but many were hopeful. Leo became famous overnight, but he did not care about fame. He only wanted to understand the message. The Space Research Agency built a new ship called the Horizon Seeker. It was fast and strong, made for long journeys in deep space. Leo was chosen to join the mission. He felt proud, but nervous. His mother hugged him tight. "Be safe, my son." Leo smiled. "I will come back with answers." The day of the launch was cold and clear. The whole city came to watch the rocket rise. It shined like a silver arrow in the sky. Inside the ship, Leo checked. The instruments, his small team included Myra, Raj, Captain Hayes, and a few others. They all felt the same excitement and fear as the ship left Earth's orbit. The signal became louder and clearer. It was still the same phrase, but now with more words. "I am here. I have waited long. I am coming to you." Leo sat alone in the observation room. He stared into the dark stars and whispered, "Who are you?" His dreams at night were strange. He saw a woman's face, but it was always blurred. He heard her voice, soft and kind. "I found you." The horizon. Seeker traveled through the solar system. Saturn's rings passed by like glass shards. The crew worked hard to follow the signal. Mira studied the languages in the message. They were old and strange, some never seen before, but all ended with the phrase in English. It was a message of hope. One day the ship passed a strange cloud of gas and dust and nebula. The signal became very strong here. Leo felt his heart raced. Raj said, "This nebula hides something. Our instruments say it is an ancient structure." Captain Hayes ordered the ship to approach carefully. The structure was huge, shaped like a hand reaching out in space. It glowed with soft blue light. Leo's eyes widened. This is not natural. The ship sent out a small drone to explore. The drone moved slowly toward the structure and sent back images. Inside, there were walls with symbols that looked like stars and waves. The symbols started to glow when the drone touched them. Suddenly, the speakers in the ship played a voice. It was clear and calm. "Welcome, Leo Armin." Everyone was shocked. How did it know his name? Leo felt his breath stop. Who are you?" The voice replied. "I am Salari. I have searched for you for a long time." The ship moved closer to a small, dark planet near the structure. The planet was quiet and still. Mira said, "The signal is strongest there." The sensors found signs of life on a nearby moon. Only one life sign. Leo and a small team prepared to land on the moon. Their hearts were full of questions. When they landed, the sky was green with strange clouds. Ground. Trees glowed with soft light. They walked slowly toward a glass dome. Inside, a figure waited. She looked human but different. Her eyes shone like stars. Her voice was gentle. "I am Sailory," she said. "I waited for you." Leo stepped forward. His heart beat fast. She looked into his eyes and said clearly, "My search is over. Human Eye found you." Sat beside Solari under the strange green sky. He wanted to ask so many questions. Why me? Why did you look for a human? Solari smiled softly. Because your kind has a story. It's a story of kindness and hope that no one else has. Leo did not understand yet, but he felt it was true. The stars above shone brighter, as if they were watching. Leo knew. This was only the beginning of something great. The green sky above the quiet moon glowed softly as Leo and his team stood near the glass dome. Solari, the strange but kind being, waited patiently inside. Her eyes shone like distant stars. Her calm voice had a gentle strength. Leo still had many questions. He wanted to know more about who she was and why she searched for him. Captain Hayes spoke carefully. "Solari, can you tell us why you sent the signal? Why did you call out to humans after so long?" Solari smiled. "Long ago, my people traveled the stars to learn all they could. We searched for something important, something no technology could find. We heard stories of your kind. Humans are small and simple compared to us, but your hearts are strong." Mira, the linguist, stepped forward. "What kind of stories? What did you hear about humans?" Solari's eyes softened. "A traveler from my people came to Earth long ago. He was hurt and weak. Your ancestors helped him. They showed kindness without fear. He learned from humans, music, stories, laughter. Before he died, he left a message. Story of hope?" Leo felt a warm feeling inside. "So you have waited for us because of that traveler?" "Yes," Sailory said. "I searched for the one who could understand this story. And now I have found you." Leo looked at the glowing trees and floating rocks around him. The place felt peaceful, but it was also full of mystery. "Can we see this story?" Leo asked. Solari nodded. She moved toward the dome's center, where a round table of light floated in the air. She placed her hand above it. Suddenly, the room filled with glowing images and sounds. The story came alive. The images showed a planet far away, blue and green. Filled with life Earth, long ago. A small ship crashed on Earth's surface. The traveler was weak and hurt. He looked strange, not human. Early humans found him lying near a river. They were afraid at first, but then helped him. They gave him food, water, and care. The traveler listened to their stories, learned their language slowly. He watched children play and heard music from simple instruments. He smiled with wonder. Solari's voice told the story as the images played. The traveler's name was Talon. He was from a great civilization, but his ship was damaged in battle. He came to Earth by chance. Leo felt a shiver. "Why didn't your people come to help him?" Solari's eyes showed sadness. The battle was far away. He was alone. "My people did not know what happened to him." The images showed Talon growing weak, but still full of hope. He recorded his experiences in a small crystal. Before he died, he hid the crystal deep in Earth's forests. Leo leaned closer to the light. "Did anyone find the crystal?" Solari nodded. "Many centuries later, my people found the story of Talon in ancient records. But the crystal was lost. Until now," Leo said quietly. "Until you sent the signal," Solari smiled. "Yes, I found a clue in the old records. I searched the stars for the human who would understand." Captain Hayes looked around. "But why choose Leo?" Solari turned to Leo. "Because you have a heart like the humans of old. You believe in kindness and hope." Leo felt a strange warmth spread through his body. He looked at Solari and whispered, "I want to learn everything." The next days were full of discovery. Solari showed Leo and the crew many wonders. The moon was alive in quiet ways. The glowing trees sang soft songs when the wind blew. Floating rocks moved gently with a light touch. Inside the dome, Solari's memory chamber shared stories from her people. They were old and wise, but her eyes held sadness too. One night, Leo asked, "Solari, why did you give up your world to wait here?" She looked at the stars. "Because I believed that your story could change the universe." Leo smiled. "How?" I answered, "Because humans have something more than technology or power. You have hope, love, and the will to keep going. That is rare." One day, as the ship orbited the moon, the signal from deep space changed again. It was no longer a call for help. It was a song. The song filled the ship with calm and peace. The crew listened in silence, feeling a deep connection. Mira said, "This song, ... it feels like it knows us." Solari nodded. It is a gift from the traveler. A message of peace for all who hear it." Leo closed his eyes and listened. The song felt like home, but the story was not over. Solari told Leo there is one more secret, something the traveler left behind for humans to find. Leo's heart beat faster. "What is it?" Solari smiled softly. "A gift, a key to understanding each other in the universe." She moved toward a glowing pedestal. On it rested a small crystal, shining with many colors. "This is the heart of connection," she said. "Only a human can feel its power." Leo reached out and touched the crystal. Warmth spread through his fingers. Solari said, "With this gift, humans can share feelings, thoughts, and dreams in new ways." Leo looked at the crystal and then at Solari. "We must take this back to Earth." The team prepared to leave. The moon soon. But Leo felt a new bond with Solari. "I will come back," he promised her. "We will learn together." Solari smiled. "I will wait." As the Horizon Seeker flew away from the quiet moon, Leo looked at the stars. He knew. The journey had just begun. The universe was bigger and more beautiful than he ever imagined. And somewhere out there, someone had finally found him. The Horizon Seeker left the quiet moon behind. But Leo's thoughts stayed there. The crystal, called the Heart of Connection, shined softly in his hand. It was more than a stone. It was a promise. Days passed as the ship traveled deeper into space, heading toward Earth. The crew worked hard, preparing for their return, but Leo's mind was elsewhere. He kept thinking about Solari and her story. One evening, Leo stood alone in the observation room. The stars stretched out before him like a silver ocean, as the green sky of the moon felt far away. Suddenly, the ship's speakers played Solari's voice. "It was soft and clear, Leo," she said. "There is something you must know before you return." Leo's heart beat faster. "What is it?" Solari continued. "The traveler Tolan left more than just a story. He left a part of himself." Leo frowned. "What do you mean?" Larry's voice was gentle. "Talon's soul lives inside the heart of connection. When you use it, you connect to him and all he learned. But there is a choice." Leo listened carefully. "What choice?" "Will you share this gift with your people, or keep it hidden?" Leo looked at the glowing crystal. It felt alive in his hand. He knew this was important. Later, Leo met with Captain Hayes and the team in the conference room. "We have a great responsibility," Leo said. "The Heart of Connection is not just a gift. It is a bridge between worlds." Mira nodded. "If it can help humans understand each other better, it could change everything." Raj smiled. "No more fear, no more hate." Captain Hayes looked serious, "But we must be careful. Some may not accept it," Leo agreed. "We will share it slowly with trust." The days passed quietly. Leo spent time learning from the crystal. When he touched it, he could feel waves of peace and joy. He saw flashes of memories, moments from Talon's life and from Solari's long wait. He began to understand why Solari searched for humans. One night, Leo dreamed again. This time, the woman's face was clear. Her eyes were deep pools of light. She smiled and whispered, "Together, we will change the stars." The Horizon Seeker finally reached Earth orbit. The blue planet looked small, but full of life. Leo's heart swelled. He wanted to share the gift. He wanted the world to feel hope. But first, he needed to prepare. He met with world leaders, scientists, and peacekeepers. He told them about Solari, the traveler, and the heart of connection. Many listened with wonder. Some were afraid, but Leo's calm words helped. "We must be ready," he said. "The future depends on kindness." Leo returned to his hometown. He saw familiar faces, familiar places. Everything was the same, but something inside him had changed. He visited schools, hospitals, and community centers. He shared the story of Solari and Talon. Slowly, people began to listen. Slowly, they began to hope. One afternoon, Leo stood in a park. Children played and laughed. He held the heart of connection carefully. He touched it to his chest and closed his eyes. A warm light spread through him. He felt connected to everyone around him, in their joys, their fears, their dreams. He smiled. This was just the beginning. Back in space, Solari watched Earth from the moon. She whispered, "The search is over, but the journey has just begun." Leo stood before the glowing memory chamber inside Solari's dome. The soft light surrounded him like a gentle wave. The stories Solari had shown him were not just images, they were a history that time forgot. He reached out and touched the surface of the chamber. The light shifted, and new scenes appeared. The story began many thousands of years ago on Earth. It was a time before cities, before machines. Humans lived close to nature. They hunted, they gathered, and they told stories around fire. One day, a strange ship fell from the sky. It was damaged and silent. The people of the time saw it fall and felt fear. But one brave man, a hunter named Kale, went to the ship. Inside, he found a strange figure, Tolan, the alien traveler Solari had. Told Leo about Tolan, was weak but calm. His eyes showed kindness. Kale did not run away. Instead, he offered water. Tolan began to teach the people many things, not about weapons or power, but about peace, stories, and hope. He told them about the stars, about other worlds, and about the meaning of friendship. The people listened and learned. They shared their music and laughter, even though Tolan could not stay, left behind a gift of crystal that held the story of their meeting. As the centuries passed, Talon's story became a legend. Time changed the world. The crystal was lost, hidden deep in the forests. Many tried to find it, but none succeeded. Solari had spent long years searching for the crystal, the humans who would understand. Leo felt a deep sadness. Why did this story disappear? Solari looked at him with soft eyes. Because humans forgot the power of kindness. Wars and fear covered the story. Leo thought about his own world, saw the same problems. But we can remember, Leo said quietly. We can bring it back. Solari smiled. That is why I waited for you. The memory chamber showed more. It revealed a hidden message from Talon. He wrote that the true gift was not the crystal, but the feelings it could share. The heart of connection could unlock empathy and peace in human hearts, but only if humans chose to accept it. Leo stood up, feeling a new strength. We must tell everyone, he said. Mira nodded. The world needs this story now. Raj smiled. And maybe the stars will listen. Later, Leo and Solari walked among the glowing trees outside the dome. The moon was quiet, but it held hope. Solari said, Your people have a great power. Inside, it is not in machines or weapons. Leo looked at her. It is in our hearts. She nodded. Yes, and with the heart of connection, you can share that power. Leo held the glowing crystal carefully. He felt the warmth inside it. I will take this gift back to Earth, said. Solari smiled, but there was a hint of sadness. Remember, Leo, this is only the start. The journey will be long. Leo looked at the stars. I am ready. The Horizon Seeker prepared to leave the moon. The crew felt hope and courage. As they lifted off, Leo looked back at Solari. She waved softly. I will come again, he promised. Solari's voice echoed in his mind, and I will wait. The Horizon Seeker flew toward Earth, carrying a precious gift, the heart of connection. Leo held the glowing crystal gently, feeling its warm light pulse like a heartbeat. The whole crew was quiet. They understood what this moment meant. It was not just a mission anymore. It was a new beginning. Leo stood in the ship's observation room, watching the blue and green planet grow larger. The familiar Earth looked small from space, but full of life and hope. He thought about Salary waiting on the quiet moon. Given him a gift greater than any technology, a way to bring people together, his mind went back to the traveler, Talon, who had first met humans long ago. His kindness had started a chain of hope that now reached beyond the stars. When the ship landed, Leo and his team were greeted by scientists, leaders, and many people who wanted to learn. Leo carefully showed the heart of connection. When he held it up, the room filled with a soft light. People felt a calm peace wash over them, Mira explained. This crystal helps us understand each other better. It opens our hearts and minds. Slowly, the crystal was taken to schools, hospitals, and places where people needed hope. Children smiled more. Families found new ways to talk. Even people who once fought began to listen. Leo traveled from city to city, sharing the story of Salari and Talon. One day, Leo stood before a crowd of young students. He said, "The stars are full of mysteries. But the greatest mystery is the power inside each of us: kindness, hope, and love." The children listened closely. Their eyes shone with curiosity and joy. Leo held the crystal close. "This is a gift from the stars, but it is also a gift from us to each other." Back on the moon, Salari watched Earth through a glowing window. She smiled softly. The search was over, but the story would live on. Her people's ancient journey had found a new path. Through humans, peace could spread like starlight. Months passed. Earth began to change. People worked together in new ways. Conflicts lessened. Art and music flourished. The heart of connection became a symbol of hope around the world. One evening, Leo sat by a lake under the stars. He held the crystal and looked up at the night sky. He whispered, "Thank you, Salari. Thank you, Tolan." The stars seemed to shine brighter, as if answering him. Leo knew the journey was only beginning. The universe was vast and full of wonders. But he also knew something simple and true. Being humankind, hopeful and connected, was the greatest gift of all.